I'm Phil, and this is my story. It started in 1965 when I was born. By the age of 2, myself and my sister had been sold to a couple in London, and they weren't very good people. So we eventually got fostered to another couple in London. But then they couldn't look after us. So I don't know where my sister went, but I started my journey on children's homes. There was a lot of abuse at that time that was done to me and other people, and stuff that we witnessed in the whole of the care system. We went to about 3 children's homes and they were all doing the same thing. I left school with no qualifications, went on a quest to find my birth mother, found her. It didn't work out how it should have worked out, and I became homeless at 16, 200 miles away from home. So for 3 years I was homeless, getting abused in the street, getting urinated on, getting beaten up. Did that for 3 years until I went to a Salvation Army hostel who gave us a bed. I met someone and we had 3 children. I was an alcoholic at that time, so that marriage didn't go how it should have done. She became a drug addict while I tried to give up the alcohol, and eventually we split up. We went to court and I got custody of our 3 children. So in Bradford I met Fiona, and my life seemed to change. It went from me just looking after me to then having Fiona and being a couple. Then Fiona wanted children. That was a big step for myself, but we agreed to have children. So we had Alfie and Amber first. Then we decided to move away from Bradford to New Mills, where Fiona was born. When we moved here, we started coming to Revive Church. Then she gave birth to Alfie, who, aged a couple of months, was seriously ill in hospital. We didn't know if he would live or die. We had people from church coming to see him and to see us, to bring us food, praying with us. And I think that was the first time that we thought, yeah, this is a good thing to be a Christian, because it seemed to be working. One day they said, if he can come off oxygen for one day, then the following day he could go home. At that day, Peter Bird came and prayed with us. When they left, they took the oxygen tubes off Alfie and started breathing by himself. Then they said, yeah, he can go home. When Alfie came out of hospital, we sat down, myself and Fiona, and we thought, there's something in this. We're not really sure what it is. It can't be just a coincidence that he just didn't need the oxygen. There must be more to it. And that's when we decided to look more into it. We started getting debt collectors knocking on the door, so we wouldn't answer the door. Then one day we sat down, me and Fiona, and we said, we need to look at these debts. And there was just thousands upon thousands of debts. So we made a plan to pay them off. But in doing that, then we had no money for ourselves, for the children. So we were just paying debts off. Then we had a discussion one night that maybe there is a way out of this. If I killed myself, then all my debts, which was most of the debt, would die with me. And then we decided, is there something else that we can do? So we sat there and we thought, who can help us? And then I remembered that about CAP and our church and Mark Wilborn. So we contacted Mark and he said, oh yeah, I'll be able to help. So we sat down a week later and we had a discussion with him, and it was a big thing that was on our shoulders they were sort of starting to lift a bit, and you can see the relief that we thought, yeah, we could do this. So there was no debt centre in New Mills at that time, so we had to contact Gail Jackson from Ivy Church, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we can help, which was something we'd never thought would happen. So we had a meeting with Gail, Mark, and she just said, look, get me all your debts, every debt you've got, and just give it to me. So we found debts that we didn't know we had, and then we just gave her everything. So we had nobody. Well, we saw people knocking on the door, but then we could say, look, CAP are dealing with our finances. This is our reference number. Contact them. Then slowly people stopped contacting us, stopped ringing us, stopped coming to the door. And then one day I got a phone call from CAP in Bradford to say, you and Fiona are debt free. And it was a brilliant day. With the help of Peter Bird, we had our weekly discussions on the Bible, and things seemed to just be clicking into place. Things that had never happened before were starting to turn good. Everything that was bad, even back when I was a child, I always knew there was something there in my own life because of all the stuff that happened to me, and wow, I was still alive. And I just couldn't understand what that was. But then I thought there's someone looking over me. And that's how we got more and more interested. I started reading the Bible and just looking into it. But we were assured, we were 100% that something was happening in our lives. We didn't know what, but my life, it just seemed better. It seemed easier. It seemed there were people that actually cared, whereas before no one cared. Even when I was a child, no one cared. Then all of a sudden you had these grown-ups who were concerned about you, were asking, are you all right? Now life is good. We have our ups and downs like everybody, but we have Jesus in our life, and things that have happened in the last 5-6 years, every bad thing has turned into a positive. Now we could say, yeah, that's coincidence, but I think it's more than that. Things have happened that people would go, no, I don't believe that, but it's happened. When I look back on my childhood, I had nobody that cared for me, nobody that wanted me, and I think Jesus just came at the right time. We came to the church at the right time. Jesus came into our life at the right time when we needed him, and never look back, and just every day something just new happens and you think, wow. I mean, I get up at 7:30 in the morning and you're praying. So you pray and then you go downstairs, and just that praying every morning just makes you feel a whole lot better, like it's going to be a brilliant day and nothing can go wrong. Or if it does go wrong, then we have Jesus there that will say, it's fine, don't worry about it. So everything that we have now, even if there's something going wrong in our life, we pray about it and it seems to just work itself out.